In the role that I'm in at Penn State, I get to go to a fair number of receptions and retirement receptions like this, and they're wonderful. I enjoy them thoroughly. But I think you're going to discover that the event this afternoon, the event here, is going to be a little different. I think you're going to enjoy yourselves. I think this is going to be pretty special. And there's a lot of energy and a lot of creativity and a lot of wonderful things that go into events like this. So hold on to your hats and prepare to enjoy yourselves. And prepare to notice some things or experience things that are a little different. So we are celebrating some important milestones, and it's a period of great transition and also a period of great opportunity. One of the things I've been struck by is how Penn State as an institution is filled with people who care. And just as an illustration of that, there was an item in the paper this morning that caught my eye. And it goes like this. University Park. Penn State Police said 3 people helped rescue several ducklings that had been trapped in a sewer grate Sunday on campus near the Hints Alumni Center. This is the newspaper. Around 5:15 p.m., an officer had come upon the people who were looking down a sewer grate and saw they had removed the grate to try to get the ducklings set free. Police said the ducklings walked out on their own. And the police returned them to the nearby pond. Now just picture that. The officer holding this duck, carrying it over to the pond. Police Chief Tyrone Parham said he wasn't sure how many ducklings had been trapped. What I want to know is what happened to the crate, but I assume it's back in place and the ducklings are safe. But I think it illustrates how caring people are, and this gathering this afternoon is a chance for us to demonstrate how much we care for Mary, Kitty, and Barb. So they're wonderful colleagues. We're going to miss them greatly. They've made many contributions to the college and the university over the years, and the fact that we're all gathered here this afternoon, I think, speaks volumes about the impact that they've had and how they've touched us and how we want to reach out, say thank you to them, and express our appreciation. So with those introductory remarks, I will turn things over to...
I'm pleased to give some remarks as the other co-director of the Goodling Institute and Institute for the Study of Adult Literacy. We at the Institutes love words, and we always wear our adult educator hats. So it may come as no surprise that in preparing my remarks for today, I asked our colleagues at the Institutes to complete a fill-in-the-blank exercise. I asked people to complete the following prompts about Barb. What I most appreciate about Barb is, Barb's most remarkable qualities are, Barb is, and 3 words to describe Barb are. And so here's what we collectively had to say about Barb. What I most appreciate about Barb is her vision and compassion for adult education. Her trust in me and no micromanagement style to allow me to do my job as I see best. The way she encourages us to do things we feel uncomfortable with, but she knows we can do. That she shares her time and chocolate so generously. Barb is passionate about learning and literacy, a confident manager, and allows that confidence to trickle down to her employees. An excellent cook, and her contributions to our potlucks, as well as sharing the recipes, are quite memorable. There are several of my favorites that have now become staples with my friends too. Barb's most remarkable qualities are her abilities to listen to what people are saying and help them identify the root of the problem and determine ways to work through an issue. Her ability to match her fabulous jewelry to every outfit. That was mine. Her ability to not micromanage her employees. Her sense of humor and her ability to bring out the best in her staff. Barb always listens. That is what I appreciate most about her and what I would say is her most remarkable quality. And now for the 3 words to describe Barb. I will try to go through these quickly. There are many. Dedicated, knowledgeable, visionary, loves reading, encouraging, supportive, leader, leadership, adventurous, advocate for the adult student, always willing to listen, caring, connected, creative, engaging, funny, good listener, intelligent, loves to laugh, makes great guacamole. That's more than one word. Motivating, no nonsense, patient, perspicacious, principled, professional, queen bee, sophisticated style, supportive, well-spoken, willing to take a chance on people, undaunted, understanding, well-respected in family literacy, writer, and well-dressed. So I took these descriptions of Barb and created a word cloud, which I will take out in just a second. This way Barb will always have a visual representation of what we most appreciate about her. Receive your word cloud. So I will be followed by Greg Kelly.
I'm Greg Kelly. I'm the Associate Dean for Research, Outreach, and Technology, and that's, if you forget it, the acronym is ROT, R-O-T. So how is it that I'm here, I ask myself, because what do I really know about adult literacy? And I'm unlikely to have a few remarks about Barb for another reason, and that is I've been in this position for 3 years. In my first 2 years, I met with the dean and he said, Barb's coming next week, and when she comes, you have to make sure she doesn't retire. So whatever she says, don't let her retire. Okay, got it, marching orders. And then we had our meeting, and then I'd have my career conference with Barb, and she said, I've been trying to retire for a few years, but the dean doesn't seem to want me to do so. So I had to play it cool, and fortunately we were able to keep her around for at least 2 of those 3 years. And I'm very disappointed that this year I failed in my mission. So here I am. When I first started in this role as Associate Dean, there are many different things going on, and I didn't quite understand all the dimensions of the college. And sure enough, one day, 3 or 4 months into my job, Barb VanHorn's name is on my agenda, and Heather said to me, Barb's coming over, and she's from ISIL. I know how to Google. I've been to the webpage before. I know a little bit of what they're doing, but I was a little uncomfortable. Here I am, supposedly Associate Dean for Outreach and Research and Technology and all that, and I didn't quite know what this meeting was about. So Barb walks in and shakes my hand and says, I'm Barb VanHorn, you probably don't know what I do. That's right. And then we had a very enjoyable meeting for an hour, and she explained to me very patiently all the different kinds of work that they do at Goodling and ISIL, and I was very impressed by that. And I really enjoyed our meeting, and I appreciated ever since Barb's presence. And when she left, I said, that seemed to be someone who's taught adults before, because I really felt like I learned something. And in fact, that's true. So Barb has a long career as an educator, and many of you know the many contributions that she's made, I'm sure much better than I do. She came to ISIL in 1994. It's been the director of ISIL and Goodling since 2001, and it's made many contributions at local level, or state level, and national level in adult literacy and learning. And she's taken many leadership roles in those, at those different levels. She's worked on many publications, including the Handbook for Family Literacy, and has chapters in that, and also in toward defining and improving quality in adult basic education. And I've really enjoyed my conversations with Barb about adult literacy and basic education, most recently some new programs that we've been initiating. She got 2 awards that I think are worth mentioning. One is the Outstanding Adult Educator by the Pennsylvania Association for Adult Continuing Education in 2002. And she also got an award from our own College of Education, the Cotterell Leadership Enhancement Award in 2010. She's provided excellent leadership of ISIL and Goodling, and for that I am very grateful, and I've very much enjoyed working with her and her staff. She has a wonderful staff, and I know they do appreciate all that she's done for them and supporting their career. So I want to thank Barb for all your work you've done for the college, and also for adults and adult learners throughout the state and nation, and all the contributions that you've made. You'll be sorely missed, no question about that. she probably doesn't remember, but she did say that I could always call her. So don't let her leave without me getting her cell number, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to do that. So Barb, thank you very much for all you've done for the college. I really do appreciate it, and I've enjoyed working with you, and glad to be here today. Next, I'd like to introduce Emily Martell, our financial officer.
So hi, I'm Emily. I'm the financial officer, and my team and I work really closely with Kitty and Mary on a kind of daily basis on all things financial. So I checked with all my team members, and it's okay to say on behalf of the team that we absolutely loved working with both of you, and that we're really going to miss you a lot, and that we really hope that Tom makes it through the cross training alive, so he can continue your tradition of greatness.
I'm hoping so too.
Head up to Mary, but anyway. I just wanted to touch on a few things that I've learned from working with Mary and Kitty over the last 5 years that I've been on the College of Education. So the first thing I learned is to never give up hope, because my very first meeting with Mary and Barb to learn about what they do and how their budgets work and all of that good stuff went really great. We had a great meeting, and at the end, Mary explained to me that she arranges a monthly potluck lunch, and everyone goes, and it's really popular. And then she assured me that no Penn State funds are used for this. So that was good. I was feeling really good. And then she said, I don't invite FOs. I generally don't like them at all. And I was like, all right. I mean, that's kind of common. I'm used to that. But I really wanted to go to this potluck so bad. But I kind of gave up hope. I figured it's just not going to be in the cards for me. So a few weeks later, after being really nice to Mary, I got an email, I got on the listserv, and I got invited to the potluck. So I was really happy about that. It was one of the highlights of my first year here. Just wanted to thank you for that. I was really jealous because all the staff in my office typically got invited every month, but the FO. Another thing that Mary taught me, and thank God for Kitty, is patience. So we have these monthly research and finance team meetings where we get together with all the budget staff and all the departments in the institutes and centers, and we talk about all the things going on in the financial world. And there's always an empty seat next to me because nobody wants to sit there. But Mary. So Mary always sits right next to me. And then during the meeting does this. And sometimes I wanted to yell out, for the love of God, stop doing that. But I didn't. I refrained from doing that. I was very patient. And I'd look over at Kitty sometimes, and she'd be like... So, thank you for that. Sometimes when Mary wasn't playing with her pen, she would hum. I learned some good songs. Or say things under her breath, like I would say, don't forget to do this, and she's already done it. I would say, well, everybody make sure you know about this policy. I already know it. So she kept me on my toes and kept everyone entertained, kept me entertained, and I loved it. I'm going to miss you sitting in that chair. I think I'll keep it empty. Sometimes she did these wonderful doodles. I mean, she's a real artist. I mean, I doodle, but nothing like Mary across her paper, and I think, well, she doesn't have any notes written there. And then I'd see Kitty, and I'd be like, oh, Kitty's taking all the notes. Mary just didn't want to duplicate the effort to be efficient, so it's okay. And so everything was good. The last thing that Mary taught me is that things aren't always as bad as they seem. So one day we were in a RAF meeting, so there's a pattern here. We sit next to each other once a month. And she was sitting next to me, and I noticed that she kind of had a swollen lip and some bruising. And I said, "Oh my goodness, Mary, what happened?" And she, without missing a beat, she said, "Bar fight." Really, bar fight equaled dental work. So it wasn't as bad as it seemed. I came in for a minute, but it was really just dental work and everything was good. So those are my great stories and my lessons I've learned. And on a serious note, Kitty and Mary, we're going to miss you so much. I mean, you have so much knowledge of everything that goes on and so many years of policy changes and new systems, and you've done so great. And we're going to miss you, but we hope that you have a great time in retirement. I'm a little bit jealous. I have 16 more years, but I'll get there. So that's it. Now we're going to have a little video tribute to Kitty.
Mary, Kitty, and I have been at the Institute for a long time. In fact, Kitty and I have been at the Institute even longer than Mary. And people know Mary today because of the excellent work she does, but also because she likes to be the center of attention. They know me because I'm the co-director. And Kitty, she knows her job, and she does it well. She's always here to help us. But she also has provided the Institutes with a special service, for lack of a better word. Since 1989, Kitty has provided a calm core at the Institute, even when we sometimes seem like an overactive and overzealous family with serious short-term memory problems. Regardless of the swirling group around her, she stays calm, at least outwardly. She calms others, and doesn't raise her voice except when Mary Frank occasionally provokes her. She's a genuinely good and kind person. She offers assistance freely and beyond the call of duty. I know she saved me from many errors over the years, and I depend on her help. She practices random acts of kindness that even I didn't know about. Kitty doesn't seek attention. In fact, she avoids it if at all possible. So I'm sure that it will embarrass her, but the stories will warm her heart.
Hi Kitty, your friend Russi here. I was thinking that if we were to look in the dictionary under persistence and patience, that's where we'd find a picture of Kitty Long. You have backed us up and bailed us out of so many different situations that we created, either from forgetting something, not following through or something, or making a mistake. And we really appreciate the way that you've come through for us. Let me just share a couple of examples that I can think of. Fleet. Either I forgot to order a car, forgot to cancel a car, ordered a car for the wrong date, any of those things. Kitty fixed it. A good example of her patience with us for messing up. And I will say us, meaning me. Receipts. Oh, I lost a parking receipt once for a trip I made to Philadelphia, and Kitty worked relentlessly with numerous different people to try to get me my money back, not having the receipt. She got the paperwork ready for me. I took one look at it and decided, this is too much work. I'm giving up. Nevertheless, Kitty smiled, she persisted, and she was patient with me even when I gave up after all of her hard work. And then there's the 6-cent persistence and patience that Kitty helped me through. We were having a meeting with lots of people coming in from out of town, and so I went to Weiss using my P card to get lunch stuff, some cookies, salad, lettuce, drinks, and decided to go to the salad bar just to get a small container to fix up the salad. Checked out, took the receipt to Kitty, who quickly informed me that the salad bar was taxable, and I bought $1 worth of ingredients and had 6 cents tax on it. Kitty worked again through very many people. We made multiple trips to Weiss to get that 6 cents expunged from my P card. I'm very thankful to Kitty for her help with that. I was very, very happy to have my 6 cents back. And lastly, I know you're retiring, but I'm hoping that but you don't forget us this spring when your asparagus comes in. It is the best in the world. And next year we'll come out in a car and help me harvest it. Thanks so much, Kitty. We're really going to miss you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Kitty. I need your help. Can you order this book for me? And how do I enter this on my travel form? And can I get some more folders? And where do your grandkids take horseback riding lessons? I need some activities for my kids during the summer. Hey, who do I call to retrieve my voicemail password? I forgot it again. Would you like to hear the story? My computer isn't working. I don't know quite what to do. Do you by any chance have a cough drop or a candy? My throat feels a little dry. Oh, sorry. I can't remember how to scan on the copier. Could you help me on that? Should I request my fleet vehicle, or will you do that for me? And what's my budget number? I can't remember. The one for career pathways. Yeah, no, not the Goodling Institute one. The other one. Yeah, the one that Kaylin works on. And hey, that is a great tattoo you got. Great deal. Answering all the questions and chatting about parenting and all the rest. And I hope you read a great many of wonderful mysteries and get to take it easy. And yep, that's it. We'll miss you, and I hope my path crosses with yours in the future. Bye.
Hi, Kitty. It's Kaylin. And I am going to say thank you so much for all the times that you have fixed my travel forms and helped me out in so many different ways. We're really going to miss you here at the Institute, so don't be a stranger. Good luck, have a good time, and we'll see you soon.
I'm going to miss Kitty's help with our many institutes and conferences. In addition to ordering our supplies and making sure that all of our copies and name tags and folders are ready, Kitty's in constant contact with Norm Brown at the Penn Stater. Kitty and Norm are so connected that on one of our contracts, Kitty's name was listed as Kitty Brown. For her love of chocolate and the cake she brought to our luncheons with one piece missing. And there's one other thing I want to tell Kitty. Kitty, I will continue to be your supplier of Spanish peanuts. And if you have any plants that need reviving, send them my way. We're going to miss you, Kitty.
Hi, Kitty. This is Angie. I wanted to wish you good luck with your retirement. Let you know that I think you are very sweet, very kind, very thoughtful, considerate to everyone that you encounter. You're always available when I need you, and I need somebody to talk to. You've always been there, and you always listen, and you understand everything that's going on. Whenever there's a problem, when we're doing things on our projects, and there's an issue that arises, you always take immediate action to fix everything and keep everything under control. You very rarely lose your cool, which is exciting to have happen. You'll surely be missed at the Institute. So I want to wish you good luck with your retirement. Enjoy your time with your family and your friends, and I hope you get to travel. Thank you. Good luck.
Hi, Kitty. Thank you for faithfully working behind the scenes to keep the Institutes running smoothly. I really appreciate the professionalism and dedication that you've brought to your work. And also want you to know that your work has made it much easier for everyone else to do their job. So I will miss seeing you around the office, and enjoy your retirement.
Hi, Kitty. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for going down and buying shoes with me. And most of all, thank you for covering for me when I call in with a sprained back and you don't believe me. Retirement. Bye.
Hey, Kitty. Congratulations on your retirement. I just want you to say have a great retirement and enjoy yourself and relax. But don't relax too much, because I know I'm taking over your duties and there's a lot I still don't know how to do, so I'm pretty sure I have your home phone number here.
Hi, Kitty. Thanks so much for all you do for us. I don't know what we're going to do without you. You've been so helpful through everything. I can always count on you to keep track of my codes better than I can. And you've been so very patient with all of the book orders that we've put through. I don't know what we're going to do without you. Thanks so much. Enjoy your retirement.
Hi, Kitty. I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for me over the last, who knows how many years that we've been working together. We do go back a long way, don't we? I especially want to thank you for all the help you gave me since I came back to work at Penn State, because a lot had changed. And I just want to say congratulations. Have fun out there. Stay out of trouble. We don't want to come and bail you out of jail or anything. And we'll see you around. Thanks.
Hey Kitty, thanks for not wearing our matching Kohl's t-shirts on the same day. And thanks for being the behind the curtain stage manager and fixer of all the, oh, well, I guess we could, and then fill in the blank. And mostly thanks for always reminding me when it was time to get a haircut.
Well, I guess I know I haven't been around as long as some others have, and I don't think there are a lot of times that Kitty has bailed me out of situations. Most recently, I think when I had failed to register for PACE, and it turned out that it was because my P card won't allow me to do it. Kitty was always there to help out in every situation, and as many times as I've asked to have Kitty pay me on the spot for all my travel that I've done, she still wasn't able to, but was always there. Definitely will be missed, Kitty. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Kitty, for all your support and help while you were here at ISIL. You're going to be missed. I will miss the comical bantering that occurs between you and Mary. We could always tell when she was getting to you because your ears would get red. On such days, by the time the three of us got to the 4th floor of the parking garage, you would say, "Have a good evening," and then the day and its squabbles were over. I really admire how you treat all of us equally, regardless of our personalities or neediness. If you complain, you must do it in your sleep. You are the best. I miss you already, and I hope you have a wonderful retirement. Thanks, Kitty.
Hey, Kitty. So, you've known me since I was a tiny little freshman, rolling in here all scared of Mary and working and all these things. And I swear you should run around this office with a superhero cape on, because that is what you are. I remember when I was a sophomore or junior, I think a junior, and you forgot to submit my hours on time, which means I didn't get paid on time. So it would have been close to a month between paychecks. And you, out of the goodness of your heart, wrote me a personal check for the amount of my paycheck on good faith until I got paid and could pay you back. And I will absolutely never forget that generosity. I'll miss you so much, and have fun retiring. Bye.
My favorite Kitty story is about the time that you helped me by taking me to the doctor after I fell at Penn State in the parking lot. You ferried me to the Penn State doctor's office, and then from there we ended up going to the orthopedist. And at the orthopedist, they made me take off my wedding ring, which made me really upset. And you just helped me get through that, and I really appreciated that so much. Not only that, but all the other things that you did for us. Thanks, Kitty, for everything.
My turn now, and I want you to notice that there are themes running through the things that have been said. Food, working together as a team, and actually moving beyond just working together as a team, and actually we've become friends over the years, and I really appreciate all of that. But the most important thing that you need to know is that this is really Mary Frank's party. Right from the beginning. And there are things about Mary you don't know. Things that we found out pretty quickly when we hired her. When we interviewed her, she wore a skirt. She was demure, polite, quiet, knowledgeable, and we hired her. Then the real Mary showed up. And we've been reeling ever since. So I know the College of Ed thinks she can do no wrong. She's entertaining, but there are things you don't know about. You are about to find out. So bring on the chefs for the roast.
I hear all those things because in true form, Mary directed what I can and cannot say. She told me what I could and could not say. I wanted to start by saying that Mary's reputation preceded her. Before I came to work at the Institute, Barb called to offer me the position, and she said, "No, you have to meet with a woman named Mary." Pause. And she was trying to be PC in what she was saying. "Well, I just want you to know that when you show up, sometimes people think she's..." Pause. She's direct. So just know that she is direct. And when I showed up in Mary's office, she was indeed direct. I can't even repeat some of the things. Well, actually, the first day, she just looked at me like she didn't have any say in hiring me, so she wasn't going to like me. She was just, had that look about her. So the next day, Mary is always politically correct and never says inappropriate things. She told me, I've filtered myself, I should mention. Like, I have really cut out some of what I tended to say, not knowing everyone in the audience. But she called me aside and just basically wanted to tell me that my pie-in-the-sky attitude about people being nice and smart and whatever was not true. That I needed to understand that 95% of the world is dumb. 95% of the people that I encounter are in fact stupid. And the sooner that I realize that, the better off I will be. Okay. So then I came to Penn State, and I was all into adult education and quickly switched my major, no offense to adult educators in the room, to counselor education. And one of my very first assignments was we had to interview someone and write a case study. So I was in the office talking about this assignment, and Mary's like, "Well, there's really no choice, you have to interview me." I am the person who you should interview. So I did, and I learned more than I needed to know about Mary and her life. And when I went to class, I presented we're counselors, we are confidential, so we don't use people's real name. I changed it to the case of Nancy. That pissed Mary off. You go back and change it to Mary. I don't want anybody else taking credit for my story. It should have my name on it. It's my first course in the program, Mary. I'm just going to leave it Nancy. So, needless to say, during that class, Mary was diagnosed with no less than 6 mental illnesses. And those of you who know her can So, fast forward a few years, I was back at Penn State taking some classes, and one class ended late at night and another one started early in the morning. So, against my better judgment, I decided I would stay with Mary a couple of nights a week. So I did this a couple of nights a week for 1 semester. Jeremy did it for like 20 years, so I don't know how he did it, but so he gets a round of applause for that. I can tell you that Mary goes to bed at 7 o'clock, not 7:01, not 6:59, 7 o'clock. You could be mid-sentence, it's bedtime, good night, it's time for me to go to bed. And then she gets up at 4 a.m., not 4:01, not 3:59, 4 a.m. And whatever she does when she gets up that morning, it's on a list. Those of you who know her, she has lists. It's on a list, but it has to be loud. Whatever she does at 4 in the morning has to be loud. And usually it would include vacuuming outside my bedroom door. Vacuum back and forth, wall to wall, those kinds of things. So whatever she does it loudly. Things like walk, Vacuum, mop, wash windows, clean litter boxes, talk to herself, hum to herself, whatever it is, she's loud about it. And I know that there are three things, seriously, three things that Mary likes. The first being presents. So if you didn't bring a present and you want to catch up with her later, I'm sure she would appreciate that. The second being her son Jeremy, because those of you who don't know Jeremy, you feel like you might. Right? And the third is that she wants people to think that she's mean and nasty, which is completely not true. She is kind and compassionate, and I have seen it for over, I don't know. So those of you who were scared of her, I was scared of her when I met her. It took me 1 week not to be scared of her. She is not scary. She is a kind, compassionate woman, and I'm proud to call her my friend.
First of all, I'm honored to be invited to speak today on behalf of Mary Frank. I've known her for a long time. In fact, I came in '87, she came in '89. But I realized in preparing for this that I didn't know her all that well. I mean, we spent time and our paths have crossed, and she's a huge personality, so everybody who comes in contact with her knows her. But I thought I'd do a little more research. And as a result of that research, I think I can say this now since she's retiring, I've come to the conclusion that she's in the witness protection program. I'm not sure whether she saw something or was part of something, I don't know other people, but but she did. I was really surprised to hear Barbara's comments, because, well, not surprised, but encouraged, because she validated a lot of what I had felt. In that, when I first met Mary, back in '89, I actually have the word demure in here. What are the odds that two people talking about Mary Frank would use the word demure? I know, she knew each coming in, and that's one of the reasons why I think she's in the witness protection program. They gave her this role to play, and she did it as long as she could, and then Mary just happened. But, so, at that point, I made what probably was a mistake. I suggested, because she seemed so soft-spoken and demure, that she take an assertiveness class. And I'm so naive and optimistic, I just thought she was a really good student when she ended up leading a student revolt and the instructor ended up leaving. But I had another clue. So I'm thinking about, well, what do I know about her? I did a little research, and the only other clue I had is this shirt that I actually removed from her office in 1989. This is hers. I don't know if you can see it. The Jersey Charm School. I took that shirt from her office. She wasn't wearing it. It was rolled up at the base of her door. She said something about a trick she learned from Murray Nelson. I took it because I wanted her to stop smoking, because I thought it would be good for her health, and also because I thought it might help her. At the time, she was competing in the Miss Port Matilda competition. And she started out, had kind of a slow start, but she was really moving up the rankings when they canceled the competition because all the other contestants kept disappearing one by one. So I noticed after her assertiveness training that she did have a little trouble controlling her newfound power. I thought it was newfound, but now maybe that's not so. But since she's retiring, I think I can now, Jerry, is it okay for me to tell the story about the real reason why the Institute moved from Rackley Building? Because Mary, it turns out, was harassing Jerry Latondra and others and shaking them down for their lunch money. I had to move the whole group to another building. So it wasn't long before people were having trouble coping with Mary. And so I suggested that one of them take the same assertiveness training class here at Penn State. And so I got invited, because I had suggested that, I got invited to see the graduation ceremony where people were talking about their results. So the first person that spoke, I sent one of Mary's colleagues, and she didn't speak up right away. Who wants to talk about their success? somebody else spoke up and said, well, I went home and I told my husband that I was tired of cooking for him and he was going to have to do some of the cooking. And then the first day, I saw nothing. The second day, I saw nothing. The third day, he cooked a great lamb roast and everything was great. Everybody clapped and that was great. Second person stands up to testify. I went back and told my roommates that I was tired of doing their laundry. I wasn't going to do the laundry anymore. The first day, I saw nothing. The second day, I saw nothing. The third day, they not only did their own laundry, they did my laundry. Everybody clapped. That was great. So by now, Mary's colleague, who by now you've heard from several people that could have been, or about people that could have been, finally got up the courage to talk and said, I went back and I told Mary that she couldn't steal my stapler anymore. She couldn't play that AAA blues band CD so loud when I'm on the phone. And that she had to stop harassing me. Well, the first day I saw nothing. The second day I saw nothing. But the third day, I started to be able to see a little something out of my left eye. So I started to suspect that, maybe something was up. I looked into her family tree, and it turned out that her family moved a lot. But she always found them. And it turns out that there were several famous people in her family tree, all of whom have adopted stage names. But they include Don Rickles, Joan Rivers, and Phyllis Diller. So I probably should have started with this, but I really do like and respect Mary. I know from what I've heard tonight, we all are in that boat. She is who she is. She's got this great big personality, and she reminds me of an Oscar Wilde quote that says, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. And Mary Frank is taken. But then I thought, Frank, Mary Frank. And I thought about that word, and so I did a little more research and found out that in fact that word, as in let me be perfectly frank, used to be capitalized and it was attributed to her. And when you look up synonyms for the word frank, they are forthright, free, honest, guileless. This is according to the Microsoft Word Dictionary, right? Version 14.3.2. Guileless, open, blunt, truthful, candid, outspoken, and above board. And I think all of those things are wonderful, and I think all of those things really do describe Mary Frank. And I'd like to say that I'm considering asking several of my other colleagues to adopt new last names based on their attributes. I haven't worked that out all the way yet. So Mary, I don't know what you're planning to do with your retirement, but I do suggest, I have a couple suggestions for you. One is, you take that unique voice and laugh of yours, and you record audiobooks, because I would buy them, I would listen to all this. Or that you open a training facility for Navy SEALs. And I just want to say about that laugh, I love that laugh. I love that laugh. You sound like one of the evil villains from a Mike Myers movie. I really love that. So, thank you for your time and contributions here, for being part of my professional life and personal life, and thank you for being yourself, and enjoy retirement.
I learned something about Mary today. She owns a skirt. I was not aware. I'd be glad to know you own a skirt. So, I was asked to roast Mary, and she wanted to know what I was going to say before I said it. And I said, I believe that the roast can be as inappropriate as the person you're roasting. And considering she is like less than no filter, I think we're going to be okay. First time I ever spoke to Mary, I just graduated high school. It was the summer after my senior year. And I got a work-study grant. My dad's like, kid, go get a job. So I go on Eli and I look, Mary Frank, office assistant. That looks good. I call her, hello? Hi, I'd like to have a job, please. If I could, that'd be, I have a work-study grant. She's like, wait, just, I need a pen. My dad's and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. It's like, do I have to do anything? No, just get here when you get here. Where's here? Like, I don't know. And she's like, just 208 Rackley. It's fine. You'll fill out the paperwork when you get here. And I'm like, can I tell my dad I have a job? And you're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, and my dad's sitting right there, and he's like, you all right, kid? How'd it go? I'm like, I think I just hung up with Ursula. Oh my God. So I walk in, it's like literally my first day of my freshman year of college, and I walk in, I'm like, hi, I'm that person that called, I wanted a job, and she's like, here's your forms, and I'm like, it's fine, you're fine, just do what she said. And I had my work study there all through college, and to the point where the only Penn State people I wanted a picture with in my cap and gown were the people, Mary and Kitty, these people in the Institute. One of my favorite things about Mary is that my cubicle was right outside her office. My freshman and sophomore, well actually, yeah, my 4 years of college just got a little further away. And I was like, oh my God, does she look? Because she can see my computer. It's like facing her. And I'm like, I'm on Facebook. Does she know? Like, oh God. And then I would never know if she was talking to me because she's like, and I'm like, yeah? And you're like, no, it's fine. Her ringtone is that Late December Back in '63 song. It cracks me up. I've been there for 5 years. Hey, what's your name? And I'm like, really? And the cackle kills me. The cackle is what kills me. I said, I don't know who new Mary is going to be, but she better have a great cackle. So you should probably work on that. Far too quiet in that office without her cackle. Some of the weird things that Mary has said to me. I had a cold once. Trixie so graciously offered me some Tylenol cold and flu. Mary swoops out of her office like a hawk as if she knew what was going on. Trixie, that's expired. I bet you that's expired. She's going to take it. She's going to get sick and die. Her father's going to come in here through the entire office. None of us will have jobs. I just had the sniffles. Like, I don't know. She found out I was from Philadelphia and a Phillies fan and an Eagles fan. We got Michael Vick. You hate puppies. I know you hate puppies. You kill puppies. No, I just like the football from my hometown. You hate puppies. But that doesn't matter. Any Philly sports team, you hate puppies. That's just, I don't know. And last but not least, because I feel as though this would have been censored, I just want you to know that while you're gallivanting around, drinking wine and traveling and doing all of your favorite things, it's contagious. Watch out.
Oh, hey, Bozo, Mary Jr., come on in here. Well, now, you know that no one around here knows what I do, and this place is going to fall apart.
I know. We know.
You idiots from adult ed, you're just not going to be able to run the place. So, to help you along, I made this emulation Mary guidance. Complete with red hair. Girl, put it on because it's beautiful and it's all about me. What do you think? Doesn't she look beautiful? So, Mary Jr., how are you going to emulate me today?
Well, I really like the folder in the emulation toolkit.
Oh, well, yeah. You can have this old one that I've already used. Don't expect any more of those because of funding, you know. Funding doesn't go there. Use it wisely.
Well, to emulate you today, I thought I'd start by singing. La 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 la! La la la!
Oh, well, hey, great. Hey, how do you like my new shoes?
Wow, Mary, those are really snazzy.
I bought them to match you and Blair.
To match me and Blair?
Yeah, like those fancy cowboy boots you guys are always wearing. boots. Well, don't you think they look like cowboy boots?
She actually said that.
These are all scenarios for my life.
Seriously, Mary, I really want to thank you for including me in on your wedding day. Where's the cake?
Well, yeah, I gotta say, I appreciate Gene Monk and the college, you know, throwing the reception for me. It is kind of like my wedding reception since I never had one. And I'm thinking that this is how it would have been. All about me.
Well, I was thinking, Mary, that since it is your big day, I really like the fact that you put that buffet on your head. Like where?
Oh! You're the only one who points that stuff out. Hey, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. It's time to eat as usual.
Well, Mary, if you're hungry, what do you think you're going to have?
Well, it isn't going to be that rotisserie chicken, you know. I don't eat the meat off of any bone.
Well, if it's not going to be the rotisserie chicken, what do you think you're going to have?
Tortillas.
I'm looking forward to some of that rotisserie chicken. So thank you to all of our presenters. I kind of gave you a little forewarning that you were in for some real treat. Now, how many of these things have you come to where there's an actual skit? And I was standing behind the young people who were here with us today, and they were mesmerized. And I think it's really a good thing for young people to see that adults can have fun. So we're going to turn to making some presentations now, and the first presentation goes to Mary.
I cooked many good meals for you when you stayed here.
It was a roast.
Anyhow, I love all you guys. I love the College of Ed. There is an open bar. Feel free to buy me a drink. And I'm still coming back for a month and a half.
So, and the next presentation goes to Kitty Long.
I just wanted to thank Mary for all the good times we had. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
And to Barb VanHorn. Barb.
I know everybody would like to get on and talk to each other. I just want to say, after this, you shouldn't wonder why we had so much fun at the Institute. We do a lot of good work, but we also know how to have a good time. So to my friends that have been here, and the staff, and everybody else who's back, thank you so much. It's been a great ride.
Well, thank you all very much for coming and being a part of this very special event. Please continue to enjoy each other's company and the refreshments, and please find a way to congratulate our three honorees this afternoon. Thank you very much.